Hello everyone, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It has been about a very long time, can't remember exactly how long, since I played an iteration of Microsoft Flight Simulator. As you probably remember, I got Flight Sim 24. That is still an absolute mess. It runs terribly. It is, quite frankly, an insult to all flight simmers out there. So, we are on Flight Simulator 2020 today, the best version. And today we are checking out a brand new add-on by LivToAir. This is the Cessna Citation CJ3 Plus business jet. And it's pretty comprehensive. I've tried to avoid all content on this plane to avoid any spoilers. I want to get in there and have like a genuine first look. Full disclosure, I got sent a free copy of this by LivToAir themselves. Thank you very much. I did not get early access to this. This is a release copy of the CJ3. So, yeah, without any further ado, I also have not been paid for this video. All opinions are my own. Yes. So, let's see. We've got one version of the CJ3. Deliveries we get are like a few generic business jet liveries. Not too many, but honestly, business jet liveries are so generic anyway, this covers most of the bases. My personal favorite is probably this blue one. So yeah, let's get in. Let's go to... where do I want to go? Farnborough. Yeah, Farnborough seems like a good idea. So let's load up... No, do I want it? No, I don't know. Let's go here. So yeah, let's go. Alright, welcome to the ground at Farnborough in our beautiful CJ3. So, first of all, let's have a bit of a look round in the drone camera, which I do want to turn down the speed for. Also, if you hear anything weird, I'm having to route the sound through my computer speakers. It would take too long to explain. I've been having a lot of audio issues recently. So, let's go and have a look at the textures. So bear in mind, I am having to run low textures in the sim because my computer's a potato, it's not that good. So yeah. By the way, I can tell that the textures are pretty decent. Like everything's modeled, everything's like, it's got a decent amount of weathering, it's got a decent amount of detail. One thing I do think is, bear in mind, this might just be on my computer's end, but the wheels do look a bit simplistic. Like, you can tell that is a these, like, holes are, like, two-dimensional. However, that's, like, the only major issue that I have. Other than that, for €27, this is really decent. I do like this. This is a very nice little jet. And yeah, let's hop on inside. Here is the cockpit, which is also decent in terms of quality, like the stitching and the seats and everything. And most of the stuff works. Like the stuff like the fire suppression systems, that's not simulated, but yeah. So yeah, we've also got an EFB, so we've got like airplane settings, so we've got like a main door, which is here. We've also got a baggage at the back, which is this little flap here. We've also got baggage front, which is these two things in the nose. And yeah, and then we've also got a weight simulator, and we've also got a GPU, which is here. So let's shut everything. GPU should get the cockpit up and running. I should probably turn the battery on before doing that. Battery. I'm not too familiar with business jets, so... Nope. There we go, battery on. So if I fumble around a bit, then there you go. Also, the developer sent over some stuff which is important to know. Flaps 55 is used only on the ground immediately after landing because they act like a big speed brake, and because they open the speed brakes. Use the GTC initialization page for flight planning in the G3000, like in real life, but it's actually usable for an aircraft in the sim for the first time as far as the developer knows. Windshield de-ice system uses the bleed air from the engines, or as a backup you can spray alcohol on them. I don't know how to do that. Each engine gives bleed air to its own side, so left and right engine and engine de-ice is separated. In case of one engine operations turn on ring cross-flow, it will transfer bleed air from one side to the other. Make sure to set the air source knob to left-right left-right both before takeoff to get the cabin pressurized. Checklist is incorporated into the G3000. The EFB includes airplane ground operations and weights, map, which uses OpenStreetMap, notes, which is basically you can like draw VATSIM notes, like there you go. There's also Navigraph if you have that, which I don't, and there's also SimBrief as well. If you load a SimBrief flight in the SimBrief app, you can then auto-load the weights using the airplane app, which I assume is this set weights button. After takeoff, you can easily do a 5,000 feet per minute climb rate if you are not fully loaded. Regarding VNAV, and then there's some stuff regarding VNAV, which, yeah. So yeah, quite in-depth. I must say, for a LivToAir product, this is quite in-depth. Especially, yeah. So, I don't... how do I use a G3000? I've never... Oh, I have used SimBrief, aircraft systems, traffic, weather... It has to be in here. So, but there we go. Cockpit item. Before starting engine. Let me click. Let me click. No. Come on. I must be doing something wrong here, because it's not letting me get into the checklist. Odd. Anyway, so yeah, we also think these lights work. Okay, we do have a sun visor on each side. That's pretty cool. And we can adjust it, it seems. Large range of adjustability. I like that. Let me put you back. Don't know how to put it back up, though. Not letting me put it back up, unfortunately. Oh well. Yeah. Oh, I should also mention that we do have a very detailed cabin in here. So, like, you can open the door from the inside. All these, I should also point out this thing. So if we open this, coffee dispenser, so we can place a cup. Oh, before I do that, I should probably open a tray table over there. There we go. So then if I press that, it pours coffee! How cool is that? And then if we take the cup, it then appears in this thing over here. And then if you click it, that makes a sipping noise, which is so cool. So if we shut this... Oh, I didn't even know that compartment was there. There we go. Then also, we've got some snacks in here. And then there's also, we can take, okay. It makes eating sounds. Then there's a burger you can have. The detail, man. I love that. That's so cool. And then also armrests are fully customizable. Tray tables, of course. And then there's also, I think the blinds work, but they only work via the EFB in the back. I don't think you can click them. And I think these lights also work too. Yes, they do, as a matter of fact. That's so cool. Then if we have look back here, got like a small area for like clothes storage. There's also and toilets. Is this door able to be shut? It is. So if we can open that, then we can I use you? No. Okay, they're just visually modeled. There's also a toilet and perfect add-on. Like, there are so few planes in this sim that have a working toilet that, yeah, that is just like one of the winning things about this add-on for me. Anyway, I should try to get the, try and get this plane started. Why not? So we've got the normal throttle controls. Put those to, I'm not following the checklist because I can't access it, but because I don't really know how to access it, but there you go. So we've got generators, emergency exit lights. Let's arm those. Dispatch. I don't really know what that means. So let's try and get the air source to both. That means the cabin will pressurize. Let's get the fuel boost on. If you heard, there was a very slight sound that started when the fuel boost pump started. So we've got windshield anti-ice. We don't need that. It's a gorgeous day here in the UK. We've got wind inspection lights. Let's get seatbelt lights on. Anti-collision light on. I assume that's what they call the beacon. Can I use this pen? I can! I think the only other plane where I've come across a working pen like this is the PMDG 777. Another nice touch. So, does this thing have an APU, I wonder? I assume, I don't think it does. Let's have a look. I don't think it does. So, I think I'm ready to start. I've got all the engine things up and running. One thing I do want to do is get Aerosoft's Pushback Pro thingamajiggy and get the pushback planned. Let's line it up like this. Come on. Let's connect the tug.
Cockpit to ground.
Alright, there we go.
This is ground, stand by.
Let's start disengage. Didn't mean to start it right then. Alright, there we go. Aerosoft Toolback Pushback Pro can be a bit buggy, so if you see anything janky with the pushback, then
Standing by for pushback.
All right,
Cockpit
here we go.
to ground.
Parking brake released.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Oh, there's the. Oh, I feel so
Okay,
stupid
please
now. There's the parking
Please
brake.
parking brake.
All right, let's remove.
Parking
Let's go back
brakes
to
are
map.
released.
So it doesn't come up here; it comes up here. I feel so stupid, man.
You can start the engines in sequence.
Right. Okay, here we go.
You will start in the sequence.
Alright, throttles are good. Fire up the engine starter on engine number 1. Let's listen to these startup sounds. Oh, I still have the GPU connected.
Okay, pushback completed.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir, clear to disconnect.
Alright. Right, he's gonna go away. Startup sounds are good. I've never seen a CJ3 in real life, but it sounds authentic. Let's fire up engine number 2, and while we're doing that, let's try and find so let's get landing light on. Oh, landing light oh, there's a taxi mode, right, I'll do that. Taxi mode, One thing I did forget to show is there is a cabin area, so we can turn lights on individually, all on or all off, and then there's also we can open all blinds or close all blinds, which would be for like a night flight, I presume. That's pretty cool, eh? I do like that. I loved it. I love lots of cabin functionality. Right. Oh, and then we can also refill the food and drinks. And then there's also something called a disco mode. I'll wait for engine number 2 to start, which I assume it started. It has. So, I'll go to the weather and put it to nighttime so you can, in order for you to see this better. Disco mode. On. Look at that! How cool is that? Look at how the lighting changes. That's so cool. It's even got... That's so cool. Alright, let's change the weather back. Real time. Back on. Don't know how to get rid of this subvisor. Please let me get rid of this. All it's letting me do is letting me adjust it. Anyway, it's fine. So, parking brake off. Let's give her some welly. Bear in mind I am on an Xbox controller, so. What flap stages are there? Generators off. Whoops. Where are they? There we go. Oh goodness. Easy does it. Don't want the taxi that fast. Knew I'd forgotten something. Okay. Let's head off to the right, I think. Don't really know the airport layout of Farnborough. I'm just guessing it's this way. Oh goodness. Why is the ground so janky? Alright. Thanks, plane, for reminding me that I need to get the generators on. I love the sounds. The sounds are one of the best parts of this add-on. I think the main attractions for me are the the level of detail, especially in the Garmin G3000 that I talked about, and also the level of cabin functionality and also the sounds for me so far. Alright, here we go. Runway. Oh goodness, that was far too much brake. Let's get all this stuff on. Let's get all the stuff online that we need. Parking brake on. Get the landing light to... see if there's anything else. Oh, that's how you dispense the alcohol. Okay. I think we're clear to go. Goodness. Alright, here we go. Alright. Let's see. Flaps are set. Throttle is good. Lights seem to be good. Let's see. Forgot to turn the flight directors on. There we go. All right. Let's give her some welly. Oh yeah! Listen to her roar. Oh, no, it's far too finicky on the rudder than I was expecting. Oh goodness. I'm used to flying airliners on a controller, not the little business jet. Okay, so one thing I noticed straight away is that it feels maneuverable, and yet it feels as though it has weight to it as well. Yeah. This is be the point where I get the autopilot on. But I think I want to just hand fly this for a bit. Anyway. So yeah, I think that'll be all for today's first look video, everybody. I might do a full flight with this thing in the future. Let me know if you want to see that. And I will see you in the next video, everyone. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.